Welcome at Ask the Professor for the MOOC. Hopefully you enjoyed. I did. I see a lot of reactions, also some questions, and we like to discuss this here in our lab. Some different background also. You see the station of Arnhem. So let's start with all these nice questions. The first question was about the ton axle load and what is the meaning of that. That's a big question also for me, because when you talk about axle load, you need a low axle load for high speed, because then there's no deformation, no wear, no problems in the infra, of course. But the other question is, when you have a high load, you need to lower down the speed, otherwise, like freight wagons, otherwise you kill the infra and the structures where you are driving over. So when the wheel load is really high, then you have to be careful. There is a maximum, otherwise you do kill the construction. Or you can say, what is the impact of axle load when you have an axle and the carriage and the wagons on top, and you have a high speed, then the dynamic impact could be more worse than just the static load. So that's the question, I think. What do you, where is the pain coming from? High speed, low speed, and also what is the weight, and what is the maximum when you have problems with the deformation of the construction. So the question is yours. A question about ETMS and why it is not so successful till now in Europe. And I think you have to go back in the history. Why and how did it start? Let's say 30 years ago. So it's not a new idea. It's about how can we be more efficient with another system to make it safe and control from a central place, or control per unit, per train, per locomotive. And you can have a debate on what is the best. All the equipment inside the infra, or put everything in the train, in the locomotives, and as you see it here, like here on the picture. That's the question. What do you need? But also, before that question, you need to answer the question, why and what is the efficiency I need to make this start, and how to make it happen. When you say, okay, I like to have an all over Europe ID, like the E from Europe's ETMS, then you need one language. And one language could be a problem, because all the countries have a different scheme of investments. It's a lot of money, and the most important part is, what do you really need to develop? And that's really an issue, because when you like to control everything by modeling and see if everything is controlled, and also you need proven technology, then it could be a problem that you always stick on the paperwork and never go out in the track or in the stations to make it happen. And that's exactly what happened in Europe. We like to control everything on paper and all the baby illness to take it out, but then never get success. And how to solve that, in my view, is just roll on and start to implement, and then you see all the baby illness live in track. Then you make steps. The last question is about CBTC and the difference with ETMS. It's a nice question. You can have a nice debate on what's the best and the positive and the contrast. Be my guest, I would say. But the problem, or the real question should be, what is the efficiency you need with this new system, and can you roll out fully all of the country, and even better, all over Europe, for example. And then you talk just about money, and what is the money you need to invest, and can you achieve this with an open shop, because all the trains are just running while you like to invest. So that's really the balance you have to keep in mind. And what is the best? That's always a taste per person, in my view. Both systems could work perfectly fine. You always have positive and negative effects. You never change. Even every nice new idea, you have positive and negative effects on the full run of train and operations. So the choice is yours, but really keep in mind, what is the functions you really need, how do you get this efficiency, and can you arrange all this money to invest completely all of Holland, for example, because that's really an effort to make it happen. So think over. Many thanks for all your effort and your energy you put in this MOOC. I learned a lot, and hopefully you also learned a lot. All the questions and also the problems you bring in, the questions I like to answer, also I learn also from your side, from your countries, your ideas. So a good atmosphere. When you like these ideas and go on with online education, it's possible. We have the TU Delft professional education. You can enroll yourself. We have 4 other modules like this book, more in-depth research and also in-depth questions, and really a capstone project you can learn and make it happen what you have in daily practice on your side. So when you like this, please enroll yourself, and otherwise, many thanks for your contribution, your energy and your effort, and good luck with this gained information. Thank you.